Good evening, chosen individuals, warriors for Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, targeted, empowered angels. Today is May 12th, 2022. I'm sorry, there's nothing for you to look at. Nothing to see here. Move along, move along. Wasn't going to come on, had another horrible, horrendous day, starting from as soon as my feet, actually throughout the night, and then as soon as my feet hit the ground, just so many attacks without ever even having to leave the apartment. And wasn't going to come on because I'm not in the greatest mood, been crying off and on throughout the day. But I feel in my spirit that a few of y'all out there need to hear this and know that you're not alone and understand what's going on. The reason why we're feeling extreme sadness, maybe even anger, confusion, you're dealing with all your emotions that seem like they're coming to the forefront. For you women out there, am I PMSing again? And again and again? No, we're being purified for what's about to go down. So we're shedding the old. We're getting rid of every kind of toxic feeling that is not, that's not supposed to be in us, so that we can have completely light bodies to ascend. Father is purifying us and making us ready. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th. So heads up on that. Then we have the blood moon from the 15th to the 16th. There's more, you guessed it, satanic sacrifices going on. But I've also been having just strange things, flashbacks of when I was a kid. And I wanted to shout out to Sister Amy H., a sub here on this channel, Saint for the Most High God. I read your comment. I'm sorry I haven't been able to respond to anybody's comments yet, because as soon as I read that, I felt compelled to go ahead and make this video, because yes, it's happening to me. It's been happening for, I don't know, a week or two now, but really bad. Today was the worst of all the days. I actually picked up the phone to call my dad, who has passed back in 2020. I thought my dog was on the bed with me, and y'all knew Beignet, the tiniest target. She passed December of this past year. And a couple of times I thought I saw her here in the room, and then realized she's not here anymore. She's with Jesus, and hopefully the same with my dad. Then I saw some, it was a top is what it was. When you look on the weather, because I don't watch TV, but I'll check on the weather because it's boiling hot in here and there's no air. And I'm like, golly, how hot is it? And the temperature went up about 20-something degrees in a couple of hours while I was sleeping. So I looked at the Weather Channel, and next to it was a picture of a woman's top. You know how they pick ads just for you, right? Knowing that I need summer clothes. And the top made me start crying. And it was crying tears of joy as well as sadness, of yearning for how it used to be way back in the 80s. I was an 80s rocker, y'all. Hence my hair. But the colors of it just reminded me of more joyful times, and it had flowers on it. It reminded me of how I used to love to sit outside in nature and how I like to garden. And, you know, that's all been taken from us once the enemy really ramps things up with our targeting. It's very hard to be able to enjoy anything or maintain any sort of normalcy or hobby or anything. So I hadn't done that in years, and it just triggered some old memories that were good memories. And that's been off and on for a few weeks now. I believe the reason why is because, okay, y'all ever hear about when somebody dies, they have flashbacks of their life? I believe that that's what's happening to some of us. Our flesh is completely dying and we're being born again. We're being made new. Once you've accepted Jesus, you are born again. But we have to battle the flesh day in and day out. And once all those strongholds, all those demonic entities, either on the inside of us that are freed once we accept Jesus Christ, or they are tormenting us from the outside, which are also known as familiar spirits, once we continue to say no to them and don't fall back into sin and don't go back to our old ways, I believe that we are being, our vessel is being made new. It's like the Holy Spirit dwells in us, but when we have things of the world still in us that we haven't been completely set free from, we're not completely filled with the Holy Spirit. We have the Holy Spirit, but not completely filled. Like as if you had a pitcher and you poured out almost all of the liquid in it, and then you added water to it. It's not completely pure water, okay? There's still a little bit of whatever. Don't take the Kool-Aid now. And that's what I believe Father's doing with some of us. If you're experiencing, like thinking about the old days, or even like me picking up the phone to call someone that's already passed, or just reliving old memories, please put it in the comments. Shout out again to Sister Amy. I know you are having this. Again, I think this is a positive thing. I think it's just like when people physically die, they have flashbacks. We're dying to the flesh. And so all that is being left behind so that we can ascend. So stay in prayer, y'all. If you feel like crying, just let it out. Start crying. Today I had to battle the flesh really bad. Lots of temptations without ever even leaving the place that I'm staying. Therefore, I didn't do what I was going to do because I felt that it would lead into possibly backsliding, even if only for 1 hour. I didn't want to risk it. When we're really feeling weak, that's when the enemy's going to slam us the hardest. And what does he use? He uses people that we once loved that might have betrayed us or that have passed, left this earth. Okay, he'll use that against us. Or he'll use guilt, which he did that with me today again with a few things that I was dealing with in my past. And I believe that it's good that it's coming to the surface so we can let it out, completely forgive ourselves as well as others. And being a TI, we're extremely empathetic. So we're our hardest critics. So we have to learn to forgive ourselves because Father forgives us. So if we don't forgive ourselves, how do we expect Father to also forgive us? Remember, to be forgiven, you have to forgive others. That includes ourselves. So I just wanted to put that out there, and then again give y'all a heads up. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th. There is a blood moon coming. There's a blood moon on the rise on the 15th through the 16th. Lots of more evil, demonic sacrifices going on because Satan's time is almost up. I'm praying for all of y'all. Please keep me in your prayers. I've been really being attacked. They do not like me. Who's they? The demons and the fallen and Lucifer, the lion loser, don't like me making videos, and I'm blocked. So if you are really a chosen individual and you're not just a fake, phony TI, which there's so many all of a sudden popping up now, it's just bizarre. But if you're real, number one, I'll know. If you have the Holy Spirit, you know who's who, but just know that we're almost out of here. Father's got us in the palm of his hand. Every tear that we cry is being kept in a bottle. So count it all for our glory when we are persecuted, because Jesus went through the same and worse of a persecution. And remember what he said. He said, if they hated me, they will hate you also. I love y'all. I'm praying for all of y'all. Again, please keep me and your other brothers and sisters in prayer. Also pray for Brother Timothy. He's in a lot of pain. I'm sorry, brother, I forgot to say that on the video yesterday. And pray for your brothers and sisters who, a couple of them had their pets killed just recently. Living purgatory, I know you did. A couple brothers and sisters are having their kids being attacked by the enemy. And again, Brother Timothy, I won't go into yours, but I know with your son, prayers for you. Father's got y'all's children as well, okay? If they are not seed of the serpent, which a lot of us, I hate to say it, but a lot of us, our family is not of the Most High God. We were placed in certain families. Me, definitely, because I was adopted, but we were placed in certain families to try to wake them up and shine light in the darkness. But it was also for our own good, because we learned so much more from the time we were born, battling these demonic entities and fallen that have possessed some of our own family. So again, our time is almost up. If you are feeling tempted, stay close to the Lord. If you have to just stay inside and pray about it, I love to be out. I love to, even though I'm attacked every time I go out, I like, for the most part, 9 out of 10 times. There's some days I just want to be left alone, run my errands and cut back. But for the most part, I like to witness to people. And yes, a sister mentioned that not all of us are called to be as outspoken and go up to multiple people. I didn't mean that. I meant if Father tells you to go and speak with somebody, you tell them about Jesus. I'm not standing on a soapbox screaming, although I have addressed multiple, maybe a crowd of 100 several times, including recently. I was led to do it with about 50 people that were eating outside, and I was singing a song about Jesus. I didn't have to say a word to them. I just kept saying that I'm not gonna bow down. I'm not gonna sell out. I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm sold out for Christ. And I was singing a song. It was a Newsboys song. I may come back on and share that song with y'all later, but I was trying to make this kind of quick. I guess for me it is. Wow, 13 minutes. Tomorrow's Friday the 13th. Heads up. Stay close to the Lord. Stay in prayer. Do not backslide, no matter what you have to do. If you have to lock yourself in your room and don't go out and just cry all day, it's better than risking slipping up, because Satan is throwing every kind of temptation and attack and lure that he can. You don't think he studies us? He knows what our weakness is. If he can wedge a little bitty crack in our armor, he can pull us back in. That is scary, y'all. We're about to go up. So if you're having flashbacks of old times, just allow yourself to grieve those times, because it was kind of fun back in the 80s. And even the 90s was kind of fun. But if you're woke, it ain't fun, son. And even if you're not woke, could you imagine being a little kid growing up in this nightmare now? They don't know how it used to be when people really did love their neighbor as themselves. We'd have fish fries and people would come over. Now you don't dare do it. The witch next door will try to poison you. Anyway, I love y'all. Y'all have a very blessed night, and see you at the wedding. You heard me? You know what? 'Cause we're still standing, better than we ever were. Looking like a true survivor. Feeling like a little kid. I love y'all. I'm out.